was poverty. But we didn't know that because everybody was poor. The only way you know you're poor is when you meet a rich person, okay? So, and there I was, sleeping on the floor, wonderful family. They loved me, we loved one another. My parents loved us, we loved them, we had a great family. But we didn't have much. And every opportunity was around me to think negative. There were bars on the other side with alcoholics all over the place. And I remember, my mother and father would tell us things to fix our belief system. They would say, you can do anything you want to do, son. And they said that when I was sleeping on the floor. They were working on my belief system. And then they taught us the Bible. Now, I don't know about you and your belief but the Bible made me what I am today. So don't you talk bad about the Bible. And if you don't believe in the Bible, that's okay. I'm doing just fine, believe me. And the Bible helped me become what I am. But it was that book that checked my thinking, because I was born under colonialism where all my teachers were white and they called us half-breeds. I remember one time my teacher called me a half-breed monkey. He said, you cannot learn. He said, I don't know why I came all the way from Scotland just to deal with you black children. You are uneducable, he says. Your brain is not normal. You are not intelligent creatures. You are like monkeys. And I was sitting there crying because the guy was just laying into me and I was believing him. Working on my thinking. I almost believed him. And then I went home and told my mother with tears in my eyes. I had my book in a brown paper bag from the shopping market because we couldn't afford school bags. And I remember going home with that brown paper bag, crying and telling my mom and dad that my teacher said I'm a monkey and I can't learn and that something's wrong with me and I'm retarded and we cannot, measure up to their level of expectation. And I began to cry. And my mother said, it doesn't matter what your teacher says. Come here, boy. And she sat me down on that bed. She said, open the Bible. I said, yes, ma'am. I'm crying, tears dropping down on the book. She said, turn to Ephesians. I said, I can't spell that. So she found it for me. I was just a young kid, 11 years old. And she said, now read verse 20. I said, yes, ma'am. And I read it. Ephesians 3 verse 20. Don't you laugh at the Bible. The verse said, now unto him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above, far beyond all you can ever ask, think, or imagine, according to the power that worketh within you. To him be glory. Mom said, read it again. I read it. She said, read it again. I read it. I said, read it again. She said, read it until you don't have to look at it. And I sat there and I memorized that verse in one afternoon. She said, now that's what you believe. And I realized that the power of my future was not in the teacher. It was inside of me. And suddenly that day I became my own teacher. I really did. I didn't trust any more teachers anymore. I went from an F student to an A student in one semester because of my belief system. I graduated from that school. It was called Robinson Road School. It's now called CH3. It's right down the street. I graduated head boy. I used to be an F student and a half-breed monkey, remember? It was my what? Belief system. Write this down. No one can live beyond the limits of their belief. So if you want to live beyond what you're living now, you have to change your belief system. Leaders are born when you have the discovery of a new belief system. The secret to anyone rising is what happens in their belief system. And that's what this conference is about. Write this down, please. Your life is what you think it should be. That's exactly what you are right now. You are what you thought you should be. And if you don't like who you are, you got to change what you think you should be. That's how leaders are born. I'm going to move fast, so you better write fast. You see that picture there? I love this picture. That's what you need to do. This conference is the mother lion. And the little cub is you. And we're going to train you how to go get that elephant. Look at that kid looking. Look at him looking. Whatever mom looking at, he looking at what mom looking at. By the way, when the lions attack the elephant, the males never go. Only the females attack. Come on, ladies, give me a hand. Only females attack. It's amazing. And once the prey is down, then the men come in and start eating stuff. That's because the men are cowards. No amount of training in leadership skills, no amount of training in leadership courses or management methods or titles, no amount of promotion or associations with rich people or smart people can ever substitute for the right attitude. No substitute for it. As a matter of fact, your leadership development is determined by, number one, your perception of who you are. Number two, by why you think you exist. And number three, these are very important, your sense of significance. I am giving you my secret to life right here. What brought me from the floor to flying my own jet is these simple statements here. You got to first change your perception of who you are. And that starts with a belief system. Secondly, you must change your perception of why you think you exist. And number three, your sense of significance. Once you discover, no matter where you are right now, it doesn't matter. I don't care what situation you're in now, where you're working, or what situation you're in. If you get these three things to come alive in this session,